little bit. Now, who in here is afraid of large bodies of water that literally have, like, no bottom? Most definitely I am. Now, what if we had to put both of these fears together and literally jump into the unknown? Well, do I have the story for you? So, let me set the scene for you. Let's go take a trip to Santa Rosa, New Mexico, in the middle of summer. Now, let's all imagine that beautiful green grass. Yeah, it's not existent in New Mexico. What about those tall trees? Not there either. What about that lovely humid heat? Thankfully, it's not there. New Mexico is a little bit change of scenery than here in Illinois. New Mexico is a lot drier and there's no humidity in the air. You can breathe in the summer. It is amazing. But besides the amazing air, there's also a very incredible place in Santa Rosa called the Blue Hole. The Blue Hole is a large body of water that was created when the area's limestone bedrock eroded and collapsed. It created a 79-foot deep body of water that has a variety of discovered and undiscovered underwater caves that are said to go on for 200 feet deep. Now, the Blue Hole also stays at a steady temperature of 61 degrees, so it can be a little chilly, but also very refreshing in the summer. Now, the Blue Hole is a very famous spot for deep water divers and people that just want to come and enjoy the waters. The Blue Hole has 20-foot rock platforms around the edge where you can jump in and enjoy the Blue Hole. Now, when you're on this rock, you can look down, you see the rocks around the edge, you can see the dark blue nothingness of this deep blue hole, and you can also see the divers' decompression platforms at 20 and 25 feet, almost clear as day from the surface. Because of the cold water, no algae can grow, so it is one of the clearest places you can visit in New Mexico. But it does kind of have a creepy feeling. Like, what is down there? It's crazy. But anyways, let's all imagine the Blue Hole. Let's imagine two sisters, one the age of 18 and one the age of 14. Now, the oldest of 18 is my sister, Shauna. And the youngest of 14 is yours truly, Jordi. Now, we were on a trip to California with my amazing grandparents, Steve and Marilyn Berry. We were going on the same trip that my mom, my aunt, and my grandparents took when they were younger. We were given the great opportunity to stop in Santa Rosa, which is where my grandparents lived when my grandpa was in the Marine Corps. It was so exciting to see their homes and all the places they used to visit, but most importantly, the Blue Hole. Now, Sean and I were so excited. My sister, she's a pretty good swimmer. Now, me on the other hand, I may or may not have gotten stuck in the middle of the pool, but no big deal. We were excited for the adventure anyway. So we were excited. We walked up to this Blue Hole and we could see a bunch of people doing flips, doing crazy dives off of these rocks into the Blue Hole. It looked pretty neat, but now it was our turn. So Shauna and I got ready and we walked up to that rock. As we were standing on that rock, we looked down and you could see nothing. Now, my sister, again, she's a pretty good swimmer, so she was excited. She took a deep breath and she ran and she jumped right into that Blue Hole. She splashed and came up real fast and said, "Man, that was cold." And she laughed and smiled the whole way down. But now, it was my turn. And remember, I'm not the best swimmer. So I stood there for a minute and I could feel my knees locking up and I was shaking and I went white with fear. And when I mean white with fear, as white as you could possibly go with fear, and I was stuck on that rock. I could not move, I could not think. All I could think of was my sister was in the water, and I could just imagine a huge shark coming out the bottom, taking her away. I was terrified on that rock. But my sister saw my terrified face up on that rock, and she said that she would stay in the water and be there for me when I jumped to make sure that I was safe. So I got ready, and again, I did not move. But let's take a break, and let's go to my sister who is in the water. My sister represents many people that we will have in our lives. She represents our ag advisors, our families, our friends, Those that are willing to take on those challenges standing right beside you. They're even willing to lead the path ahead of you so that you can step up on that rock and take on your fears. They're there to guide you throughout your journey and ensure that you take on those new experiences. My sister is sitting in the cold water to ensure that I am safe. This figure is somebody that will always stand beside you and encourage you, like your ag advisor, your family, and those in your community. But let's hop back to the rock. All right, so I'm still on that rock, sitting there shaking, really nervous. And again, I'm still imagining my sister, shark coming up, gone forever. I was so nervous. But while I was up there shaking, I could hear thousands of people. Maybe not thousands, but to me at that time, it felt like I was in a football stadium with people yelling at me. So I was there, I could hear all these people cheering me on, and I can hear my grandparents encouraging me, saying, "You got this, Jordi, you got this." And they were really making me feel better. I was thinking, yeah, I can do this. I have a support system ready to jump in and save me when I jump into that water if I can't make it to the edge. So let's pause for a minute, and let's think of those people around the blue hole and my grandparents. Those are people that are always there to support you, like our community, our families. You may not even know all of them, but they are always there to support you, encourage you, and help you go for your goals and your future success. Those are great people that we always have in our lives that are always there to help you achieve your goals and support you. But let's go back to Santa Rosa, New Mexico. I'm still up on that rock. I haven't moved an inch. But now I'm starting to feel kind of guilty because my sister has been in the water for about 30 minutes in 61-degree temperature water. She's probably getting a little chilly by now, so I figured I should probably jump and be nice to my sister. So I get ready, go to move forward, nothing. So we try again. I'm ready, inching over, nothing. So the third time, we're gonna try it again. Third time's always a charm. We're getting ready, and I finally jump. Now, on the way down, I let out a scream. Okay, maybe it was a big scream, but either way, I jumped off that rock and I made it into the blue hole. Now, when I popped up, I swam the fastest I have ever swam in my entire life. I made it to the edge before my sister could even get started. But once me and my sister got out of the blue hole, we laughed about the entire experience, and together, we gave each other a little nod. We went back up to the top and we jumped again and again and again until we lost daylight and could not jump anymore. Now, let's think back to myself standing up on that cliff. That represents so many aspects of each and every one of our lives. We're on that rock struck with fear because that rock is somewhere that we are so familiar with. It's somewhere stable that we know that we'll be safe. But we are looking into this world of opportunities, world of things that we can go and have new opportunities in. That represents our career in FFA. That represents other opportunities in life, in your community, so many things. We will be on that rock looking, and we are afraid to jump. And I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be scary, it's nerve-wracking. You may be shaking like I was up on that rock, but once you jump, it is a whole area of relief because you never know what is behind those closed doors. Now you must remember that these opportunities are things that can take us on for our future. It can help us grow into the person that we are meant to be. One quote that I always like to take from this story is that don't ever fear moving forward. Fear standing still. The clock is always ticking. It's always moving forward, and we must do the same. Take that opportunity to jump in those new experiences because you never know what impact you can leave. And don't be afraid because great things are yet to come. And we must remember that our impact does not end here. We're going to always be that person on the rock, looking at new opportunities in life. We have to be proud and confident to take to those next steps. But we are also going to be that figure in the water that is supporting others in their jump and their journey. We are going to grow and be the support system around the edge, helping others achieve their goals. Every aspect of this story impacts everybody's lives in a different way. So as we move forward, whether that is working within your faith chapter, going in your community, or taking on a whole new chapter of your life, always remember, don't ever fear moving forward, fear standing still. Be excited take on those new opportunities. Be confident in who you are. And LMFA, let's all take a jump into the unknown together.